Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build my version of the silent hopper timer. Now hopper timers have been around forever. This is not a new concept. However, the hopper timers I've looked at, like the Etho Hopper timer, use sticky pistons and they are quite noisy, especially if you have them running continuously like this one is. The Etho Hopper timer uses a sticky piston to push a redstone block backwards and forwards, so consequently it makes quite a bit of noise, especially if it's in your base and you don't want to be listening to that all the time. And the other silent ones that I've looked at use 4 hoppers rather than 2 droppers and 2 hoppers, which makes them a little bit more expensive because hoppers are more expensive than droppers. So I think this one is a little bit cheaper. And as I mentioned, it's silent. So I'm going to pop into survival and show you how to build this in survival. So everything you need to build it is on my hotbar. You don't need a great deal, so I didn't think it was worth putting a big list on the screen because you can probably see exactly what you need just from looking at it. But you need to find an area where you want to build it in, and then you want to stick down 2 solid blocks like that. And then on the side of those 2 solid blocks, you want a couple of redstone torches like that. Then you want to take out your hoppers and you need to put your hoppers facing into each other. So you need to put one there, then you'll have to crouch, put a hopper there, break the first one, and then put it back like that. So the nozzles need to be pointing into each other. If they're not, then this is not going to work. Then take out your redstone dust and you want to put a couple of bits of redstone dust on there like that. Then you want to jump up on top here. And you want to put down another couple of blocks there and there. And then you want to get your comparators. You will need to crouch and jump. And you want to put a comparator there and then a comparator there like that. And then take out your solid blocks again. Put a couple of solid blocks there. Then jump up on there and you want to put down a couple of comparators there and just there. Okay, solid blocks again. And then you'll need to crouch and look at the front of your comparator. If you just try and click on your comparator, you're just going to put it into subtract mode. And we don't want to do that. So you want to crouch and put a couple of blocks on the face of your comparators like that. Okay? And then you'll need to jump up on top of those and put down a couple of redstone torches like that. And now what you need to do is put a couple of droppers off the face of these comparators, just not the face, off. I'll show you. What you need to do is get your droppers, and they have to be droppers. They can't be dispensers. And you need to crouch and look at the side of that torch there, and then you want to put one down. So your dropper wants to be facing this way, facing inwards, next to the side of that redstone torch there. And then you want to put down a couple of temporary blocks, and you need to come around this side, grab your dropper again and put it facing this way off the side of these temporary blocks, and you can get rid of those. And now what you need to do is you'll need to stick one item, and just one item. Any more than one item you're going to break it, so stick one item into any one of these droppers at the top, and that's it. Your hopper clock is now set up. All you need to do now is decide how long you want it to run for. Now, you can either have it running continuously or you can have a start-stop button on it, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you completely fill one of the hoppers, it will give you a signal for 4 minutes 15 seconds, or it will give you a delay between signals of 4 minutes and 15 seconds. If you want it any longer than that, you're going to start having to you're going to have to start adding droppers and things to it. But if you just want a basic hopper timer that lasts for 4 minutes or so to flush a mob farm or to crush some mobs so they're down to 1-hit kills, then this will work just fine. So we'll stick in 14 blocks in there. Now don't worry if they don't start flowing straight away. That's not a problem. Just grab yourself a button. You want to put your button on the side of the the timer with the torch is on. Okay, and then just press the button and it'll start working. Now that will run continuously until you stop it. So there you go. There you've got the continuous silent hopper timer. Now, if you want this to just run once, do one cycle, then turn off. Maybe you do want it for softening up mobs in a mob farm. So you don't want it to be running continuously. You just want it to be to run when you press a button. We'll just whip that off for a second. What you need to do is remove one of these comparators. Doesn't matter which one. We'll whip that one out. And then eventually these items will run out of this hopper into the other hopper on the other side, and they won't come back again. So in order to start this now, you just need to put a button there on the torch that's lit, on the redstone torch that's lit, and then you want to press the button, and that hopper will now run until all of the items have flowed into this hopper, and they'll flow back into the other hopper, and it'll stop. So it's a one cycle hopper timer. So as I said, if you wanted to put a piston on here that crushes, I can't do it because I'm in survival, but if you wanted to put a piston that crushes mobs for a certain amount of time, then there you go. That's how you do it. So just to recap then, you can pull a signal pretty much from any part of the timer that you want to. So if you want one signal, one pulse per cycle, then you can put an output from one of these torches. If you want 2 signals per cycle, then you can pull a signal off both of the torches, like that one there. So that will fire once. The items will flow from one side to the other, then back again, and that will fire once. If you put a signal from both of the torches, it will fire once when the items go from one side to the other, and then it will fire again when the items come back again. So you get 2 pulses per cycle rather than just 1 pulse per cycle. If you want the signal to be continuous for half a cycle, then you could run the signal off one of the comparators. If you want it to be running pretty much all the time and only go off once, then you can run a signal off that hopper there. So it's infinitely expandable up to, as I mentioned, about 4.5 minutes. But it's got loads of uses, many uses. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, everybody. If you have, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.